Hello everyone, this is Jianing Yang. Today I'm going to talk about how to create demographic table listing and figures in SAS. My program is based on the sample codes provided in the book of SAS Programming in the Pharmaceutical Industry by Jack Shostak. Let's first look at the table shell. So the first column is the variable names, and then numbers in each group, total and p-value. Here's title and footnote. Let's look at my program. First, I use a macro to do the import. Import from the Excel sheet to the SAS dataset. I created the demog, pt info, vitals datasets, and create some format for later use. Let's look at the dataset. PT info. So this one has all the variables in the table. So I only need to get the visit date from the vitals. So I use proc sort where visit equal to 0. This is baseline. Match vitals to the PT info by subject ID. I choose ITT population only by using ITT equal to 1. I create BMI variable, age variable, and transform the character variables, gender and race to numeric variables, sex 1 and race 1. So the dataset is the demog. I make sure each subject has only one record. So this one dataset has 18 records. I also check if the age is normally distributed. The next step is I double the data set. So if treatment equal to 3, it has all the subject. DMOGD has 36 subjects in this data set. So for the tables, I divide the whole table into different groups. So the first group is all the numbers for gender, then the groups for race, then the groups for age, and etc. So let's create the statistics for the first group, gender. I use plot3 to get the counts and create the result variable. So this is this part, the numbers for male in this group and percentage, and then transpose the results. I use plot3 to get the feature exact test p-value for the difference in sex of the sex in different group. Then I create a variable VARI equal to gender n. So this is the variable names here, the first column. And then I format the p-value, make it a character variable. Here is the two-sided feature p-value. And then I append the summary statistics to p-value dataset. The 6D dataset is the first group here for gender. So the group here is equal to 1. Then the similar coding for race. It's categorical. Okay, next step is to create a statistics for continuous variables. They are age, height, weight, and BMI. I use a plot univariate to create the different statistics for these 4 continuous variables. They are number, mean, median, standard deviation, minimal, and max. Then I use a macro to create different tables for each variable. So I output all the statistics to one dataset. Then I create the, let's first to format the numbers to make it a character. So the mean has 1 decimal point, standard deviation has 2 decimal points. CNT1 is it's a horizontal dataset. Then I transpose it to vertical dataset. Then I also create the VARI variable, so it's the name here for the variables. First column. Then I use prot.gom to get the p-value from type 3 partial sum of squares, where treatment in 1 and 2, create the VARI variable and format the p-value and create the group. Then I concatenate all the dataset together. So this REPA all has all the numbers in here from the gender to BMI. It's ready to report. Then I use data now to create the macro variables for number of groups, the number of subjects in each group. So this one. NO is the number of subjects for this group. M1 is the number of subjects for this group. NT is number of subjects for overall records. So the last step is I use a prot freak to do the report. Title, footnotes. Let's run this. Okay, I create this table 1. The next step is to create the listings. I create some formats. I use a prot report to listing all the variables and type prot report title footnotes. Let's also use a different format for each variable. Let's run this. Here's a listing. Okay, the last one is to create figures. I use ODS up to a RTF file. I use prot univariate to create the histogram. Let's run this to create the histogram for the age distribution in treatment groups. That's all. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.